Hello everybody, welcome back to Super Tech Services. This is Brian, and we got another cool video for you. On today's video, we're going to show you how to replace the Carriage PCA assembly and the line sensor on an HP T2530. Quick break from the videos, guys. Check out our website for our all-new eBay store with remanufactured fusing units and other parts. Amazing. Also, we got a merch store. More items will be added later. Back to the video. Alrighty, like I said in the intro, we're going to be doing the Carriage PCA. That's the device that connects to the print head. I'll show you when I remove it what that looks like. And the line sensor, that deals with the paper being installed, making sure that it feeds correctly. So if you can't install the paper, you may have a line sensor issue, or you may need to adjust the line sensor. And same thing with the print head. If you install a new print head and it tells you to reseat the print head, you may have an issue with the Carriage PCA assembly, or potentially something else like the ink tubes. But what we're going to do today is just show you how to do both, because they're both connected to each other. Really simple, really easy, and it's really fast. Let's get started. Okay, first thing you'll want to do is go to your screen and just select replace print head to make sure that you get the print head to move over into this section here. Mine's already here, but you want it in that section so that you can remove the Carriage PCA and the line sensor. If it's over to the side, that won't work. All right, so first thing we're going to do is just lift up on this latch here. And there you can see the entire carriage assembly. The Carriage PCA connects to this ribbon cable here, and the line sensor comes off the side right down there. And I believe it is only 3 screws total, so you'll have 1 screw there, 1 screw there, and then we'll take off this cover for the line sensor with 1 screw, and there'll be another one, so actually 4 screws. So it's really easy job, nothing to it. You will need a Torx 15. That's what I'm going to be using to remove these screws, just like that. Now, make sure not to use a drill, because you do not want to strip these screws. Even though I'm going to be using a drill, do not be like me. That is a no-no, very bad habit. So use a regular screwdriver. Do not drill these. All right, let's get started. All right, first things first, let's remove the print head by just bringing this back and then lift this latch up. And it shouldn't be that hard. So let's just go ahead and remove the print head like so. Okay, now we should be able to see in there a little better. And you're going to have a ribbon cable right here that you can just pull right up. And we'll do that, and there's 2 screws there. So let's just pull up on this ribbon cable, just like so. And there you'll see this is the Carriage PCA. So let's remove those 2 screws, and then we also have a screw here on the side that we're going to remove. And this cover will come right off. Now we can remove this cover over the line sensor, just like so. Now you do not pull this one up and out. There is a little tab that you can release with a flathead. Just lift up on that and I'll show you. And then this ribbon cable will come right out for the line sensor. All right, so we're gonna lift up on this tab. See that? One side, let's do the other side. There we go. So you can see I'm kind of under it, so the tab is up now on both sides because I'm underneath. Now you can just lift the ribbon cable right on out, just like so. And with that, we should be able to lift out the PCA carriage, just very gently, like so. And that is the Carriage PCA assembly with the line sensor ribbon cable. We still have the line sensor in there. This connects to the back end of the print head. Let me show you that. So you can see it makes connection like this. So pretty sure you can see that if this connection is not, if you don't have a good connection, it's going to tell you to receive the print head. It also could be the ribbon cable. This side you can just pull directly out, give it a little slack. A little bit of slack, get your finger underneath, and that one you can pull out just like so. Okay, so Carriage PCA assembly. You can also clean these with isopropyl alcohol or some electronic cleaner. And you can also clean these with electronic cleaner or isopropyl alcohol. This is a brand new print head, so this should be fine. All right, so now that those are done, let's go ahead and remove the line sensor, and then we'll replace them. Okay, we have one more screw right there. Just get it in place. Once again, do not use a drill like me. Do not. Okay, let's get that screw out. And there is the line sensor right here in all of its glory. Perfect. Look at that photoconductive sensor there on the bottom. You can also clean that as well. Once again, if you're loading your paper and it doesn't load, or loads sometimes, doesn't load other times, you may need to calibrate this sensor and or replace it. Okay, so I pulled these PCA and line sensor out of another machine, working machine. Okay, once again, because I'm using a drill, I'm going all the way to the lowest torque setting, but please, I'm sorry I keep saying it, but use a screwdriver. All right, let's get the line sensor in. One screw. It's gonna slide in right down below. Okay. I'm holding the line sensor and the camera with one hand, so bear with me. Perfect. Okay, be very gentle installing this. You don't want to bend any of these connectors. And make sure to slide that ribbon cable through that gap there. If you don't, it will bend it. And you should, the Carriage PCA should fit right into place. There's a couple little grooves for it to slide in. Before we lock it in, let's attach the line sensor ribbon cable. Okay, get the ribbon cable in its place. Okay, make sure the ribbon cable is in place. And then once again, make sure these tabs are up, that they haven't fallen down on both sides. And then when it's up, you can go ahead and gently slide the wire back down till it stops. Okay, looks like it has stopped. Then you can go ahead and press down on the latch, both sides. Just don't press too hard. Okay, that side's down, that side's down. You should kind of get a little mini tug and it should be nice and tight. All right, line sensor's on. Now let's get those covers, the screws, and this ribbon cable reattached. All right, let's get the ribbon cable reattached. You can flip this up, and this one will just slide right in. Just make sure it's nice and even. Just
fit it into its grooves. Before you press it, just make sure it's evenly distributed across both sides. Slid into both sides, then you can go ahead and press down. It's probably easiest to grab the back and the front. Okay, both sides look like they're in. Nice and firm. All right, now let's get those 2 screws. Now you can tighten them and put this back in its place. Like so. Covers the ribbon cable. All right. One more check of the line sensor. Looks good. Nice and tight. Now we'll put the cover back on and we are all done. And then I'll show you the adjustment. So the cover on. Okay, that kind of slides in place just like so. It kind of slides over the top and then you'll have that last screw. All right, so Carriage PCA replaced, ribbon cable replaced, and line sensor replaced. Let's go ahead and throw the print head back in. Once again. Okay, once again, let's be nice and gentle. All right, now that we've done the Carriage PCA and the line sensor, the next step is to do the line sensor calibration. Now, for this calibration, you're going to want to have at least 1 roll of paper loaded. Make sure it's at least 24 inches in length, and it can be regular bond or it could be photo paper. Any paper that you would like, just make sure it's at least 24 inches and it's loaded in roll 1 or 2. But if you cannot load your paper, meaning the plotter does not take in the paper at all, it just keeps saying no paper detected, you're going to have to do a manual calibration, then you will do a regular calibration. So let me just show you how to do that manual calibration. Most people won't need this, so you can skip ahead, but let's show you the manual calibration, then we'll show you the regular line sensor calibration. Let's head to the menu. Okay, so at the menu, you're just going to hit the settings tab, scroll all the way down to service menu. And then the code is 3174. And go ahead and press OK. And then service calibrations at the bottom. And then you're going to see line sensor calibration. Now it's going to tell you to press OK to continue or cancel. We're going to press OK. And it's telling you paper is needed for this calibration. So it knows we don't have any paper in here. You're going to press OK to load paper manually or press cancel to load paper normally. Once again, if you can load normally, you're gonna place your paper in, then come here. So before we do anything, we're gonna grab a sheet of paper. Now the manual tells you that letter is okay, but I couldn't get letter to work. What worked for me was 11 by 17 paper. Let me grab a sheet of that now, and I'll show you where I loaded it, where it worked for me. Okay, so what I did was grab an 11 by 17 sheet, just like so. And we're gonna go ahead and load this, and then we will let the plotter know that we are loading this paper by pressing OK. So let's go ahead and get it ready to be loaded, and then we will press OK on the screen. We will situate our paper right next to the blue line like so. Just get it right on that blue line and kind of feed it in. Okay. Feed it up and in. Oh, it can go a little deeper, so let's go as far as it can go now. Okay, and look at that. That actually passed the calibration. So bringing it up to about right about there on 1117 worked perfectly fine. It went under the line sensor, and the line sensor was able to read it. So you can press OK to confirm. Now we are not done yet. Now we're going to have to do the original line sensor calibration. This was more of just a generic one just to get you by so you can load paper. Now we can remove that paper. We'll press OK. Now you should be able to at least load your paper. Now we're going to load the paper and start again. So now let's load our paper in like normal, and we'll start the regular calibration. All right, there you can see the paper has been loaded. So let's go back in and just run it one more time, all the way down. Service menu, 3174. Hit OK. Calibrations, line sensor. I'm just going to press OK. And it should jump straight to calibrating because it knows now that there's paper in. Let's give that a minute to calibrate, and we'll be all done. Calibration has finished. You can see there's our white-black range, and that looks acceptable. We'll just hit OK. There we go. We are all done. We got our ranges. Everything looks okay. We can go ahead and press OK. And then you're going to do the cutter line offset calibration. Will be done automatically. Get a nice cut there. All right. Cutter line offset calibration has been done. You can see it changed a little bit. You can press OK. Now we're going to do a print head alignment calibration, so we'll press OK on that. And this should be the last adjustment before we are done. Okay, diagnostic result was okay. I just exited out to the main menu. Adjustment ran successfully. All three of them actually did a nice print head alignment, so we are all good. Thank you so much for watching. That was how to remove and replace the Carriage PCA along with the line sensor, and how to run the manual adjustment for the line sensor and the automatic adjustment for the line sensor. Once again, thank you for watching. We are approaching 10K subscribers, so I'd appreciate if you guys can like the video and subscribe if you wish. I do appreciate it so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next video.